Yo, what is up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to make songs like the band Duster. Now some of you may know that I've done a video in the past covering slowcore songs, but some people in the comment section don't think it's a good enough attempt, and I want to give those people some hope. So I'm back tackling this genre and this specific band, Duster. Before we get into this video, I do want to mention I have an online web store where you can purchase sample packs, drum loops, presets, and in general, stuff that'll make making your own music way easier. So if you want to support the channel, I recommend go checking that out. Alright, let's get into the video. So starting out for this track, we are at an extremely slow 65 beats per minute. And I started out with this guitar track, which I used the bridge pickup on my Stratocaster for, just because I wanted that single coil jangliness. And I'm running that through Amplitude's version of a Silvertone amp. And this is an amp that Duster have actually used in the past, so it's really accurate to getting this sound. But yeah, we are in the second channel of this amp, and we are at max reverb here, with a hefty amount of treble as well. So this gives it a slight crunch, so it's not fully clean, but it's clean enough for this genre of music, and a little bit of crunch adds a nice bit of texture. Here's how it sounds. So I'm in open D tuning here, but you can really use any tuning, and basically I'm just strumming out these pretty simple chords just very slowly, and I did quite a long take here because since this is quite a droning and ambient kind of music, those textural embellishments are really what drives the music forward, in my opinion. So try record as long a take as possible when you're trying to do this kind of genre, because those little mistakes you make and differences in the way you play your riff really add to the texture. Also, we're using Brit Presser for the compression and SSQ for the EQ, both by Analog Obsession. Again, fantastic free plugins. If you don't have them, what are you doing? Next up, we've got some guitar melody layers, and I've got these two panned layers of just different melodies, just random stuff, to be honest. I was just make sure to leave some space in your playing in each track, because if you're playing like some super complicated stuff on both ends, it's just gonna sound like kind of like a jumbled mess. It might sound cool if you do it right, but for this kind of laid back sort of style, I think just leaving it spacious and playing into the pan layers really helps out. So we're using the exact same amp settings, just with a little bit more reverb on the master channel, and here's how it sounds. Alright, next we've got some feedback layers. Now, I used a big muff inside of Amplitude to get the sound, and I believe that is another pedal that they actually use. So I just have the sustain cranked, getting a really nasty, super cranked sound, and I just let the strings ring out and created some really cool feedback. And I did two hard pan layers of this. I've also got again some more reverb, but I've got some delay tape, Arturia, and some more EQ. Here's how they sound. It might not be that pleasant soloed, but here. I just really feel like the feedback gives it that Duster feel, because they have this really cool ambient, like smashed radio droning sounds, and I think this really gives that. Next, we have the bass, and nothing too complex. We just got a GK amp, and I'm literally just playing the chords. I'm just playing the root notes, just slamming it out. It's pretty much the exact same bass line the entire way through. Here's how it sounds. Yeah, and it's pretty much just that the whole way through. The secret sauce on this track is that I'm using UAD Verve, and I'm using this Vintage Eyes model they have here, which is really giving it that lo-fi feel, and I have that on the master chain. Now, I did have to use this plugin from Ableton Utility just to bring the levels a bit down, because the tape emulator does add a bit of gain, so I just wanted to attenuate that a bit. Then I've got this reverb, which adds this really cool chambered reverb effect, which really adds to the atmosphere. So if you guys liked the video, please leave a like. If you really liked it, please consider subscribing, and if you want to support the channel, please check out my online shop. And without further ado, here is the full completed track.